This is Autoline Daily reporting on the global automotive industry. A little over a year ago, General Motors announced plans to launch a ride-hailing service with an autonomous fleet of Chevy Bolts that aren't equipped with a steering wheel or pedals. The company submitted a petition to NHTSA to allow it to drive the cars on public roads since they don't comply with existing standards. And now that process is starting to move forward. The agency said it's taking comments from the public for 60 days on whether it should allow GM to operate cars without a steering wheel or pedals. GM said it plans to deploy the vehicles this year, but if the company doesn't get approval, CEO Mary Barra said it can launch the service with the current Bolts it's testing now in San Francisco. And in other GM news, President Trump is once again attacking the automaker for idling its plant in Lordstown, Ohio. Trump launched a tweet storm over the weekend, pleading with Mary Barra to reopen the factory. The plant, which built the Chevy Cruze, produced its last car on March 6th. It's the first of 5 plants the automaker is idling this year in North America. And speaking of job cuts, Ford said it's laying off 5,000 workers in Germany and will also cut an unspecified number in the UK as well. The move is part of a restructuring plan the automaker announced earlier this year to help turn around its operations in Europe. We'll be back with more right after this.
Lighter, safer, stronger, quieter, and more sustainable. Tell us where you need to go, and we'll help you get there. Dow Automotive Systems. We don't succeed unless you do.
The INEOS Group is a manufacturer of chemical and oil products, but in 2015, the company's chairman was saddened by the news that Land Rover would end production of the Defender. So the next year, it founded INEOS Automotive with the intention of building a spiritual successor to the Defender, which is due to come out next year. And now it's been announced the vehicle will have BMW power under its hood. BMW will supply INEOS with, quote, a high-range 5-digit number of turbocharged gasoline and diesel engines. BMW says it wants to provide drivetrains to other industrial customers as a way to open up additional sales channels and grow the business. Cadillac revealed the all-new CT5 sedan, which will eventually replace the CTS. It's built on the same platform, but styling seems to be a bit less bulky. The grille is thinner, and the front and rear lighting have been slimmed down as well. In profile, you'll notice at the rear it has a fastback quality that results in a very short overhang. The CT5 will come standard with a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine, but a twin-turbo 3-liter V6 will also be available. Both engines are mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. The new sedan will be made at GM's Lansing Grand River facility, which recently received a $211 million investment. It was a weekend of domination in motor racing. Valtteri Bottas dominated the opening race in the Formula One Championship, lapping the field up to 7th place in his Mercedes at the Australian Grand Prix. In NASCAR, Kyle Busch dominated the 400-mile race at the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. And Cadillac swept the top 3 positions in the DPI class at IMSA's 12 Hours of Sebring. Porsche won the GLM class with a factory-backed 911, and Lamborghini took the top 2 spots in GTD.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, your journey, our passion, and by Dow Automotive Systems, advanced materials that deliver better results.
In order to meet future fuel economy and emission standards, automakers are investing heavily into electrified powertrains. So could the internal combustion engine be on its last legs? Well, on last week's Autoline After Hours, we were joined by Michael Robinette, an analyst at IHS Markit. And he talked about why it's very unlikely that we'll see an automaker develop a completely new engine.
What we see is that certainly the OEMs are looking out and they're saying, if I need to get 15 years out of an engine, whoa, that's 2035, 2040. Yeah, not so sure I want to launch an engine in 2022 or 2023. So what we're saying is that the OEMs have basically stopped full new engine development. They're going to modify the top halves of the engine until the cows come home. They're going to do, valves. They're going to do induction, injection, different types of new technologies on the top half of the engine because it's cheaper to do that. But in terms of new blocks, new engine families, we're not seeing any development for the next at least 5 or 6 years. And there could be some vocation, what we call vocation-based engines. If you really think about what a full hybrid vehicle needs, basically needs the equivalent of a Honda generator. I mean, it doesn't have to go up to 3,000 or 4,000 RPM. It doesn't have to have variable valve. It's just basically get it up to about 1,800 or 2,000 and let her run. So there could be an opportunity for a new type of engine in the future. But in terms of new engine development, it's slowing down substantially.
And you can watch that entire episode right now on our website, Autoline.tv, or you can find it on our YouTube channel. That wraps up today's show. Thanks for watching. Please join us again tomorrow.